how does a company figure out their customer lifetime value when they're in that situation, which is very common for a lot of companies?
Well, I'd say with any company, and once they have enough customers, they have enough data, the patterns start to become evident. What's really important to me is how that data is used. The
Okay.
data should never be used as an absolute truth. And it shouldn't be similar to, in your business, I wouldn't expect you to get rid of underperforming customers and only keep small customers. What I would hope, going back to one of the themes we touched on earlier, was that it would just give you enough of an insight as to where to nudge your business. Or
Right.
as Pete actually likes to put it, I don't know if he fishes a lot, but he does use a lot of fishing metaphors. So I'm going to borrow one of his.
I don't know if he fishes either, actually.
He talks about it. He's like it's not about a picture. You have an ocean of customers. This is how he explained it to me, and I love it. So I'm borrowing it.
Okay.
Like, say you have an ocean of customers. He said, where people go with lifetime values, they say, now we can identify the whales. We're going to go out and we're going to hunt whales.
Right.
He's like, a pragmatic fisherman's going to know there's only a handful of whales out there and they're hard to catch. And so the way that we want to use lifetime values to say, instead of simply going out into a random spot in the ocean and casting our nets, let's use lifetime value as a guide to say, here's a slightly better spot to fish. Here's a metric. Here's a data point that says, if we go fish over here today, we may capture more large fish than we did the day before. And so we'll end up being more profitable. We'll end up growing a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in that night and we're going to take a look at our data and say, can we find an even slightly better spot to fish tomorrow? And why it works so incomprehensibly well is because most of the people out there fishing aren't using that information at all. Right. They're just going out and being like, well, we know how to fish. We've been doing this. Out we go. And you just have a little bit of a secret signal. You have something to make a slightly better decision that your competitors don't have.
Right.
You know how to capture a little bit more information than your customers, even if it's not perfect. You know how to apply that information. You know how to think about the relationship and about the future. And you know where the bias comes from. And so that allows you, again, not to make perfect decisions to say only whales, but to say, hey, look, we're doing better than everybody else because we're being careful and thoughtful about the data that we're capturing.